Why am I suddenly hit with the overwhelming smell of patchouli? Do I have to go to university? A poem, if you will, using the most unoriginal A-B meter known to artist kind, discussing exactly what it is we've all come to discuss. This joyous little business of art and how it fits in to this delicious blue-collar city of roses. Art might be the common voice among the human race. Art could be a gloriously gorgeous waste of space. Art could be an accident, a fluke phenomenon. Art might be out on display at myspace.com. Art could be a hoity-toity ritzy wine and cheese. Art could be a titillating cabaret striptease. Art could be a dollar sign, a liar's take on truth. Art could sick the action girls on Gavin Michael Booth. Art could be a highbrow print of smeared paint streaks and blobs. Art might mean you flat out just don't want a real job. Art might be a feminist. Art just might be gay. Art might be that bowl of fruit, a typical cliche. Art might be a college grad or a fancy pants degree. Art might be a hidden gene instilled in you for free. Art might be a weirdo freak sculpting sound and light. Art might be a Windex bottle shelved, positioned right. Art might be pretentious and art might go unseen. Art might be a big old prude. Art might be obscene. Art might be a first-year class of theory and research. Art might be a fancy piece on a right-wing Christian church. Art might be in Sandwich Town inside Mackenzie Hall. Art might need a makeshift home in Devonshire Mall. We got the sweetest smelling art scene despite the wicked Windsor fumes. We got Teddy Blues Fest Boomer putting the boom boom in the room. We got arena fights and Spitfire nights and chubby pickles too. But the City of Roses art scene still smells just like rose perfume. See, because Windsor artists don't do it for the stardom or the dollars, because half are wearing Value Village white and blue work collars, and the other half are steady posed and trying to obtain a spot up by Capitol Theater's Windsor Walk of Fame, painting the city different shades to give you different takes, rebel, conform, protest and shout, or call us on mistakes, like what you can and cannot do in public for your art, be it dance on stage with pasties or pour cornflakes in a park. So you can't define the Windsor scene in one TV-safe speech. Labels on art go about as well as egg salad mixed with bleach. And we're not Toronto, we're not Detroit, we ain't good old BC. We're a border city made of cars and bars and creativity, which is just as important to this factory town as the cars that we all drive, because it's art that gives this town a pulse, reminds us we're alive, angry, fighting, happy, bleeding, nonchalant, and manic. Take that out of Windsor, and we're nothing but mechanics. And a bunch of clipped roses and the blue-colored daisies we're surrounded by. Because an artless city, she'd be dead indeed, the roses sure to die. But we won't, and we never, ever will.
Mr. Gavin Booth, who is the owner of Mimetic Productions, a full-service multimedia business specializing in film, music, video production, corporate videos, and websites, as well as DVDs.
I got into directing so I don't have to be on camera, so I'm just bear with me. I guess early influences for me, I mean, being a film director and wanting to continue in film. One of the big influences were the giant movies. When I'm 28 years old, so I'm of the era of when I was a kid. All the E.T.s and Star Wars and Indiana Jones came out. So those were the big influences. But I mean, that's what I saw as major motion pictures. I was fortunate enough. I grew up in Amherstburg. I've always been around the Windsor community. My parents have always taken me to plays and musical performances here and in Detroit. So I've always been sort of immersed as an audience into the arts here. And that's one of the big things that's always sort of given me the motivation that, I could stay here and don't necessarily have to move away. I'm self-taught. I never went to film school. I'm pretty sure that had I gone to film school, I was looking into Los Angeles and Toronto and decided against them in the end. Had I gone, I have no problem saying I probably would have never returned. I think one of the problems is when people leave this region, they don't come back a lot of the time because there's not a lot of opportunity here for film. So my options would have been much greater if I had gone to Toronto or Vancouver or anywhere else. I've stayed here because I believe that things can be done here. And things are changing. Anybody who's read the paper this week, we have a film studio coming here, is coming here. I mean, that's tremendous news. Again, it comes with a bit of fear and worry that means great. Big productions from Los Angeles can come to Windsor and all of us Windsor filmmakers will just be forgotten about once again. So I hope that with things like this moving forward and coming, that means there's going to be consideration, ways that they can integrate and build a Windsor film community, as well as taking films from outside communities and producing them here. And I mean, there's some major steps forward here. We have a film festival now. I know I'm sort of in the house of somebody who built that film festival, but I have to address that not showing any Windsor films or really supporting Windsor filmmakers is a bit disappointing. And I don't know the reasons for that. They have the right to show whatever they want at the film festival. I just find it disappointing that in the Windsor community there isn't an audience of Windsor films for a Windsor Film Festival. Enough of that, though. I guess things that have changed here, I guess, since I've started. Again, I'm only 28. I came right out of high school sort of doing this, so 10 years into it. One of the best tools that I have available to me that helps me sort of get my art out there is the internet. I don't think anybody can oppose that the internet is a great thing. I recently hosted a TV show across Canada about how the internet affects us as Canadians and as business owners. And it's just amazing to see what the internet has done for arts. And anybody with a MySpace account or YouTube or anything like that working in film is essentially, if you have a camcorder, a computer, and a YouTube account, you are a film studio. You can broadcast to the entire planet and get your work out there. And there's people, even a couple of years into YouTube, doing that. So, I'm really trying to push the Windsor arts and all the music videos and everything coming out of here through that. I think there's great potential. I think here, for me, as a filmmaker here, it's not very economically viable. My good fortune is that I have a very talented crew and people who are willing to donate their time and energy. Last December, we made a movie for a mere $500 of actual production costs. I don't know a lot of people that can do that. I'm very proud of my team who was able to put that together. But at the end of the day, 10 years from now, do I still want to be making movies for $500 and scraping to get by? No. None of us want to be starving artists. I think there's a real chance that if the community works together and filmmakers here work together, that we can turn it into an industry where we could all be, making our living doing our art. I'm fortunate that I get hired as a music video director outside of Windsor. Unfortunately, I wish it could be more here, that I'm able to sort of have a career in other people's art and then use that money to sort of self-fund my own projects. So I'm really hoping to see things like that change and filmmakers. So I think one of the biggest things we need to address from the film perspective is there isn't really a center or a website or one particular group where our filmmakers have access to, where the actors know about what films are coming here. It's great that we have things like the Windsor Star that we'll put a blurb in whenever we have auditions, things of that nature. I'm getting the yellow cards, so I'll just wrap things up really quickly here. I just think that's the biggest thing is reaching out to the community and getting everybody to network and work together. Because I know when you put artists in a room or around the table, the ideas start flying and the methods to get these projects done and into fruition always come together. So if there's a way that we can network, I want everybody to sort of think about that. That's my main goal here tonight, is to get everybody to work together and get these projects off the ground. And if there's some sort of center or website that we can create, there's some funding put into developing a proper program here in Windsor for film and actors to network with one another. I think that would be a major advantage to help us sort of unite filmmakers here in Windsor. That's
excellent. Thank you very much, Gavin. Thank you for your commitment to Windsor and to the Essex County region.
Me and Gavin are slightly obsessed with movies as well. I'll just start with a couple quotes and saying that it's up to the artists to do it themselves. If there's not money, do it anyways. If you lead, people will follow. If Homer Hickam never built his rockets, he wouldn't have worked for NASA. If Kevin Costner hadn't built his Field of Dreams, he would have never had that game. If Luke Skywalker listened to his uncle, was a farmer, and never left to explore the galaxy and save the entire known universe, it would have never happened. I don't wait for people to give me the money. I love it. I love coming out here and supporting. I'd like to see that happen. But if more artists got up there and just went out there and did their art regardless, other people will listen, other people will follow, and then they'll do it themselves. You'll inspire others, and we can continue to grow a community that way if we have to. And then we'll go in kicking and screaming. They're going to be forced to listen to us when we have a thriving art community under us.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our panel tonight who took up the time and really has become very vulnerable in sharing their feelings and their passion for arts in the community. And also for yourself for being here tonight and for the wonderful questions of the candidates who've taken the time to be with us as well. Yes, thank you very much.